Are with Mr. Sharp, obviously, after last night, thinking about him. But go ahead, shoot him.
Hey Garrett, you brought in two big name transfers. I mean, how big of a priority was that to kind of get some veterans like that, and have they been what you would have hoped through this point of spring?
Yes, sir. I think the big thing about both those guys is they've made plays in college football, and then also they're the right people. When it comes to leadership, football guys, right? Both of those guys know all three spots. They know what the Y is going to do. They know where the quarterback's eyes are. So, just showing kind of how they prepare to those young guys and mentoring them has been a huge thing for our room.
Those are two of the taller guys in your room. I mean, what do you think of maybe the size that they're going to be able to bring to the position?
Yes, sir. I think because, this conference is obviously a big conference. You play in a lot of cold weather games. So a lot of times you're going to want a big possession type of guy or, just a big body receiver in the red zone in tight spaces. I think that's always friendly for a quarterback.
Jalen, what have you seen out of him this spring coming off of last year, and what's like the biggest area that he's trying to gain in?
Yes, sir. I think what I've seen most about him is just the confidence of him as a football player. You see him making some, I don't even know how to say it, making big catches right down the sideline and stuff like that. His big area of improvement right now and kind of the whole group, which we're continuing to make strides in, is winning at the line of scrimmage and winning at the top of the route, to create some separation.
Do those guys, Jamal and Isaiah, do they bring similar skill sets? Or how do they complement each other with the different things that they do?
Yeah, I think they're different and also kind of the same. Nair's probably a little bit faster, kind of your long speed type of guy that might be able to take the top off a little bit more. Jamal's a big body receiver that when you press him, he actually probably gets a little bit better, just because he can be a little bit more physical with you at the line of scrimmage and within the route. So I think that's kind of where those two differentiate a little bit.
Rule said that he, noticed that the receivers were maybe struggling a little bit with beating press coverage. What's the trick to beating press coverage, or what do you tell guys in that area?
Yeah, we're gonna try to play on an edge. An edge is a side of a body, attack half a man kind of mentality. If you go right down to someone's face, then you're doing what a DB wants to. We don't get a ton of press with our defense. They're more catch coverage, but that still can allow us to be physical, at the top of the route. When we're getting rerouted in the slot. Actually, last week we got more reroutes than we have in the past. So that was huge for us, and we're working it in Indy every day.
What's been your initial impression of some of those mid-year enrollees, Ja'Cory, Davon, and as a coach, what are you trying to, implement on them right away, those first practices you have with them?
Yes, sir. Really just their process, right? I think that's where they can gain a step, the process of studying your playbook, eating right, post-practice, pre-practice lifts, recovery, all of that. Obviously impressed with all three of the guys, Keelan, Davon, and Ja'Cory. I think they're competitors. I think they fit our room. I think they fit with what we want to do moving forward. And I think they're all three different, which is really, really exciting.
How do you feel about the type of catchable ball and just the progress that the two early enrollee young quarterbacks have made in making life easy for your wide receivers?
I think all three, really all five are developing, right? I mean, anytime you're out on the grass, with the coaching staff we have, I sat in the room with Coach Thomas, so I know how he coaches. I've heard him over and over again. So I think all five of those guys are taking strides, and then I think it's just a great opportunity for us.
You got a variety of dudes in your room in terms of age. You got a lot of young guys, you guys some in the middle, veterans, but also in terms of composition, right? You got super fast guys, you got guys who are more physical. How is it for you, or what are the advantages as a room to have like a mixed bag like that?
Yeah, and they're all from different areas, right? So I think it's cool. You got all different personalities. They really care about each other, love each other a lot, so they want to see each other have success. I think it allows us to be creative in how we utilize them. We've never been the type of team that just wants to play three guys. We want to rotate. We want to play with fresh legs. We want to use them to their best of ability. So I think it allows us to be creative in the passing game, and then in other areas, whether it's situational football or out on the perimeter.
Is there an optimum number of guys you want to have in rotation, game ready?
I think that really depends on, what other personnels you're in. Are we a 10, 11, 12, two-back team, or do we play with a fullback? I think that really goes into it more of me just saying a blank statement number, honestly.
Garret, with the transfer portal open this week, do you say anything to the guys just about how they evaluate, handle things like that?
No, I don't think I'm going to address it. I'm going to coach the same way that I was coached by Coach Rule. I'm going to coach the same way that I was raised to coach. And I think, right now in this era of college football, relationships mean more than they ever have. And do you trust your coaches to stay with you? Are they telling you the truth? Are they telling you the right things? So, no, I'm not bringing it up. It's not going to waver any way that I coach or that we coach. In fact, I think it just makes our style of coaching, about players and making it about the players, even more needed, right?
Alex Bullock, he's one of the veterans of your room now. I mean, what do you think of the growth he showed over the last year, and how important is he to your room overall?
Right. I think just the work ethic he did, obviously, from going from a walk-on to a 12-game starter for us, making plays down the stretch when we needed it. There's a few plays that I think of, whether it's Iowa or Northern Illinois, where he gets us out of a jam. Just excited about Alex, and again, a guy that can play all three spots, and just kind of one of those OOU, RDV guys that we want in our program.
Garret, after coaching here for a year in this role, what have you learned about yourself? Or are you the same coach now that you were a year ago? And maybe how have you tweaked or improved your coaching style?
Yes, sir. So definitely not the same person. Obviously, the players that brought the best out of me totally changed my life in the best way. Listen first, speak less. I think in all areas, whether it's on the practice field, in the classroom, in a staff meeting, because you don't know what you don't know. So I think that's helped me grow. And then just those guys, right? I want what's best for them. So we're gonna grind. That's our staff. We're gonna grind for our guys.
Obviously we talk a lot about the catches and the great plays and everything like that, but how's the blocking been? How have you seen, your guys improve from the beginning of spring to now in terms of just run blocking?
It's improved, and every day we're taking a step. I think I'd really like to see Malachi Coleman out there because I think he brings us an edge, and it's always good to see some guys that can kind of start that edge. Coach Rule and our staff, we're going to be talking about uncommon effort a lot. So, we're going to try to put that on tape every day. It's obviously improved from day one to now, what is this, day 10, so I'm excited about the strides we've made.
Did Malachi arrive with that edge as a blocker, or is it something you saw develop as last season went on?
I think it was always in there. I think he just, that's how we want to play football. And so he saw it over and over again. We want to play with dominant contact. We want to strike people. We want to put our hands on people and move them. There's a difference between blocking someone and moving someone, shielding someone and moving someone. So I think he saw that, and then he just saw the reward, the benefit, and so it now just became like a contagious culture type of deal. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good one.